Abraham Lincoln said, "Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I'll spend the first 4 sharpening the axe." Now, we've all heard this quote before and probably thought, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, but it's never been more true than it is today, especially in the world of entrepreneurship and e-com. We are bombarded with distractions on a daily basis, social media, emails, texts, everything draining our attention. On top of that, I've always been an entrepreneur that prides himself on the jump out of the nest and learn to fly on the way down approach. I've always taught learn by doing. I heard Justin Waller articulate this perfectly the other day.
Shoot the fucking gun so you know how far you're off. Every business pivots, every workout plan is going to pivot, everything is going to change. You have to shoot the gun to know how far you're off, and then you start honing it in, and then you actually have a little bit of positive momentum that'll get your ass up and go. Miss on purpose, be imperfect on purpose, take action over everything, because you're never going to do it perfect anyway, so just go.
And I agree with that approach most of the time. But I want to take a second to remind you that sometimes it's better to sharpen your axe first. Here's a prime example from my own e-commerce business. Recently, I've been trying to find a way to better systematize my Etsy dropshipping business because a lot of it, while I can outsource some of it, a lot of it does rely on me. Creating designs myself is time consuming and outsourcing them is costly. Usually this is where I'd put in the headphones, crank up some music and just get to work. But instead, the other night I stopped for a second and thought, there's gotta be a better way to do this. Maybe one exists already that I don't know about, or maybe one doesn't, but maybe I can come up with something somehow and create something new. And that kind of sent me down a rabbit hole of sorts, trying to reverse engineer how graphic designers that I was hiring got so good at it and how they pumped designs out so fast. Were there tools that they had access to that I wasn't aware of? And after a few hours, I finally stumbled across the tool vectorizer.io, and I realized that I didn't need to spend 15, 20 minutes every single time cutting out the PNG of this intricate design just to upload it onto a t-shirt. And now I didn't need to pay any graphic designers to do that for me either. This tool blew my mind. It literally did all that for me automatically by just scanning the image, identifying all the colors within it, and then allowing you to hide specific colors if you wanted to, which achieved the exact result I was looking for. And now I can create Etsy designs myself 10 times faster at least than I was able to before, and I don't need to spend any money outsourcing it either. Game changer. But honestly, I wouldn't have known this and I wouldn't have discovered it if I dove headfirst into the work right away and tried to kill my competitors with effort alone. Yet another example from my personal life would be our hot tub. So it's cold out today, it's snowing, it's 10 degrees outside, and for some reason our hot tub hasn't been heating up. Now, normally this wouldn't be that big of a deal, but since pipes can actually freeze and lead to other major issues, this became a big deal fast. I had to figure out what was going wrong and I had to get it fixed, but I wasn't sure what the issue was because obviously I know nothing about fixing or troubleshooting hot tubs. I tried a bunch of different things for the past few days, but all with no success. So annoyed, I'd pretty much all but accepted that I'd have to get it fixed, which looked like to be a multi-$1,000 repair. But remembering this lesson, I thought maybe I'll give it one last shot, and I did a deep dive into online forums and tutorial videos on related hot tubs for a few hours, and eventually found out that there was a secret rest setting that we had accidentally turned on, which was why it seemed like it wasn't working. So instead of wasting thousands of dollars having to get a technician to repair it, I was able to fix it myself, all because I spent more time sharpening my axe. Now, ultimately, this video was just a reminder to myself not to always jump headfirst into the work mode. Sometimes it's better to just slow down a little bit. Don't jump right out of the nest immediately. Instead, maybe calculate the wind. Chances are, most often, there's a more optimal way to achieve the result that you want. And if you're anything like me, this might help you too.